I think it's a very sad situation. I don't think that a post-Jame Gambia should arrest journalists for their opinions over publishing news items. I think that it is not a wise move by the president and by the government to prosecute journalists for publishing stories that they consider false or even defamatory. I think the best thing that the government could have done and the president in person could have done would be to issue a statement to say, this is false, and to chide the journalists to say, you should be more responsible. I think that is the best for the government, the image of the government and the image of the country. But to arrest journalists in this point and age, in this day and age, to say after the transitional justice process that we've gone through, after all the 22 years of dictatorship, and for an article that really, in my opinion, has no harm, to say that, somebody is thinking of somebody else as his successor, I do not think that would be a good reason to have journalists arrested. I think it's a sad indictment on the government of the Gambia and on the Gambian transitional justice process. I think if the president is well advised, I think the best thing would be to drop all of these charges, release the journalists, and just issue a statement to say, you guys should be more responsible. Indeed, responsible journalism. We were journalists.
Yeah, of course.
Responsible journalism.
I'm still one. You are still one.
Yes, once a journalist, always a journalist. So, yes. If there is a story, before you publish a story for sensational reasons, get all sides of the story first. We used to do all that, and we still got arrested.
Well, he did that. To some extent, that's present in the article. They spoke to two senior members of the NPP, but their grievance is that even after speaking to them and them denying it, they said the newspaper shouldn't go ahead to publish it.
They might have a point, depending on the angle
taken
that the story takes.
Yes.
So, for example, the headline was the president is thinking of.
So the NPP believe this was a statement.
Listen. Let me explain this point. It's very important.
Very important.
So the headline was that the president is thinking of having Mohamed Jah as his successor.
Exit plan and having Mohamed Jah as successor.
Exactly. But they had already had that information.
Yes.
Now they tried to verify it, and MPP bigwigs, as they call them,
spokesman and deputy spokesman
denied it.
Yes.
So the headline should have been NPP denies.
As we did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So that should have been the news.
Yes. That is why I say the headline should have been the grievance and not entirely that anybody dare to talk about it.
No. They can talk about it. No one can prevent anyone from talking about anything in this country, so long as you are talking within the bounds of the law.
Yes.
No one should be given an impression that the government can shut down people. They can't. They did not give the Gambia democracy. Democracy gave them their positions.
Exactly.
So that should be clear. But then journalists also have to be careful on how they portray the news.
Exactly.
So you have a piece of information. They are mere rumors. So you go and ask authorities, NPP, senior NPP officials, and they deny.
Yeah.
So the headline, if they wanted to publish it, the headline should have been the denial, as opposed to the original, rumors that you had.
Yeah.
I think if I were a journalist now,
that's what we did. That's what we did. Even in the Standard, we came with that the NPP denies.
Exactly.
After we spoke to City, the NPP denies.
Uh-huh.
The NPP's contention is that that is the most I agreed with them. That the headlines seem to have made a statement, But when you read through, you saw a denial inside.
But still, it is not grounds enough.
It is not ground enough for false information. That's what we agree.
No,
but then,
it's not.
Okay, look at another argument. The president's lawsuit said, if they retract, he said he will go to court. Well, he actually went to court now. If they don't do a retraction, and they want the retraction for them to see themselves and agree, and they put up the retraction they want. That's happened, but even within the days of, that's later been served, and the police called them and charged them.
I know, I've been following the developments.
Yeah.
I think that the arrest and charging and this whole noise about the story is really unnecessary. It's an indictment on the record of the government so far in terms of freedom of speech and expression, because you can do what you want, but the world and history will record what you did, whether you like it or not. So it is good to take very, good care of what you do as a government. If you want to arrest people, arrest them on grounds that would be considered legitimate by any observer. But if you arrest journalists on a story like that, it's not necessary.